Hey guys, Matteo here, welcome back to a new video, and today I'm super excited because I'm finally announcing to the world my very first live online course. I already posted on my community tab on YouTube and on my social media that I opened enrollment for this course, but I wanted to take a moment and do a proper video where I actually tell you who's this course for, what's in the course, what are the topics, what is the program, what are we guys going to talk about, and why I decided to release it just now. I have to be honest, for many years people have been asking me about an online course where they could learn from me and this kind of stuff. Now the reason why I didn't do it before, there's a couple of reasons. So number one, I didn't really know what format would I do. So I don't like pre-recorded stuff, so that was out of the discussion for me. I didn't really want to do that. So it took me a while to figure it out, the live thing. Second thing, I really wanted to have more and more projects under my belt, big variety of projects for feature films, documentary, and commercial, because there's so many people that have these courses, these classes, and they have zero experience on the field. They're probably very good at explaining theory, but they don't really have experience when it comes to shooting. In my case, I'm a cinematographer first, so I have 10, 11 year experience. And I also think it's kind of easy to explain people the 3-light theory, but it's also more interesting to explain people why I only use 1 light. So there is the theory, where if you go to school, they tell you you have to set up 3 lights. And there's the practice, that means real life, real set experience, where, you know, for pretty much everything I do, I mostly use 1 to 2 lights max, if that, otherwise it's mainly natural light. So in my opinion, real set experience was absolutely needed in order to bring you something valuable. And lastly, that goes along with the project, I wanted to collect a lot of behind the scene footage, a lot of frames, a lot of behind the scene photos, a lot of material where if I'm actually explaining you why I lit that scene like that, I don't just explain it to you with words. I'm gonna be able to show you exactly what I did. So you're not gonna imagine yourself in that situation and you think where the camera could be, whatever. You can actually see where the camera was, and I think that is the main thing, the most important thing, and that's why I think behind the scene content is super important. So let's just talk for a second about this live format, because I already tried and it really works and I really enjoy doing it. So last summer, Giuliano, my friend in Italy, called me and he asked me if I wanted to be part of his course with his students in Italy. Let me tell you, that experience really opened up my mind. Those 8 hours were literally flying. And the cool thing is I had no clue it would be so much fun, mainly because there was live interaction. So I was, for example, explaining why in that movie I lit that scene like that, and there were a couple of guys asking me, yeah, but why did you do that? And where did you put the camera? So I was sharing my screen, pulling up behind the scene stills or behind the scene clip and show them exactly what I did on that scene. You need to be able to ask a question, or otherwise it's going to be extremely hard for you to learn. Now, who's this course for? Because I already have a lot of people been asking me if it's for them, or it's too basic, or it's too much, or too experts. And the reality is, as long as you have a basic knowledge of videography, filmmaking, you're fine. As long as you know what the aperture is, ISO, shutter speed, and even if you're a medium high level, I think this is still super interesting because we're going to talk about the basic of cinematography, how to tell a story with images, framing, exposure, how do I create depth, how to work with natural light, how to work with no lights, how to work with lights, 1 or 2 lights, how to diffuse, flag, how to create contrast in an image, how to grade that image, how to back up your files, file management, post-production. We're also going to talk about networking, how to find client, how to develop an online presence, all this kind of stuff. So I want to just give you guys an idea of how the course is gonna be, when it's gonna start. So the first lesson is gonna be January 31st. I set up at 1 p.m. Eastern time for now, but if there's many people that are not available, they want to do 2 p.m., we can move it, no problem. Second lesson is gonna be on the 7th of February, then the 14th, and then the 21st. So 4 lessons, 2 hours each, 8 hours total. The cost is $199. I think it's priced very reasonable, and I wanted to make it affordable, but mainly I want to create a community that I can bring over in the future. We're gonna do more courses, more masterclass. Maybe we're gonna have a 3-hour masterclass on shooting only on a 35mm lens, or a masterclass on vintage lenses where I'm gonna probably, I don't know, Mark Magnarella talking about Leica. So once you sign up for the course, you're also gonna have a link to the BUTTERY Academy Facebook group. Over there, we're gonna be able to exchange ideas. You guys can also share your work, and I would love to give you guys feedback. Now, I just wanna go briefly through the program of the course. So lesson 1 is gonna be an intro about myself, about my story, what did I study, how did I start with filmmaking, and so on. We're also gonna talk about networking, how to create contacts. We're gonna talk about portfolio, why it's super important to have a portfolio, of course, how to overcome the challenges, and this kind of stuff. On lesson number 2, we're gonna dive deep more into the cinematography. So what makes an image interesting? We're gonna talk about depth, exposure, framing, shallow depth of field, what is the job of the cinematographer, and how he helps the director telling a story. So lesson 2 is gonna be a big focus on cinematography and shooting. Lesson number 3, I couldn't miss this, of course. We're gonna talk about gear, because it's something that people love to ask all the time. We're gonna talk about camera, lenses, filter, basic lighting, and basic sound. So if you're an independent filmmaker, one-man band, you wanna create your own production company, you wanna do everything by yourself, or at least having a basic of skill and gear, we're gonna go through all of this, what camera you should get. And I'm not gonna just talk about Blackmagic, I'm gonna talk about Sony, Panasonic, because if you're a wedding filmmaker, you're probably better off with a Sony. Lesson number 4 is gonna be all about post-production, not just DaVinci, editing and color grading, but also about file management, archive, workflow, project breakdown, best setting, LUTs, that kind of stuff. In every lesson, there's gonna be a Q&A session for probably 20-30 minutes at the end of every lesson. Another cool thing that I was thinking to do, but I really want your feedback, guys, here, so sign up and jump on the Facebook group, is giving you guys assignment on lesson 1, and then we're gonna talk about it on lesson 2. So evaluate your work and giving you feedback as well. And that's pretty much what's in the course. I don't want to spoil too much, guys, because I really wanted to see you all there. Of course, you're going to find the link to the Podia Buttery Academy page in the description below. If you want to sign up, just click on the link. For the next 7 days only, you're going to be able to get 20% off. After that, it's going to go back to $200. If you have any question, anything, just drop me an email, matteo@matteobertoli.me. I'm just going to put that in the description as well. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you for your support. Lots of people already sign up, and they're super excited, and I can't wait. See you guys on the 31st. Have a good one.